Welcome back to the experience with Dr. Etchen. I want to once again thank all of you who has been following us and listening to us and introducing your friends to our platform. Here we share the experiences of our lives, and like I've always promised, very soon we're going to start seeing faces of successful people who have passed through one or two things that have experiences to share that would also help to impact your life and help give you some kind of confidence that you are not doing badly. Because you remember, the whole essence of this is to make sure that you don't get discouraged thinking that you're not doing enough for yourself. You're actually doing exceptionally well. It's just that it's on scales, it's on levels. So today I will be discussing what I can call climbing through the ladders. What they didn't tell me, going to the top. There's this Igbo adage that says that if a child knows what it takes to be a millionaire, he would rather ask his father let him remain, poor. There's a lot that I was not informed about. There's this movie they said Polo didn't tell me everything. Yeah, because it's not just enough to desire to get to the top. You need to know that as you grow with things. As you level up, the other things level up with you. So I have had to experience, personally my own journey, certain things that I didn't know that I was going to dabble into. I used to think that once you are a successful person, everything falls in line. Once you get to the peak, where you're able to, not maybe able to solve a level of your problem, attend to a level of your issues, you now become supposedly successful in all round. I didn't know that wasn't the way it is. And I'm saying this for those who are dreaming, praying, believing God to get to the top, to climb that ladder and get to that peak of success. You also need to know that as a man grows, so grows his responsibilities. It's important. At this stage, as where I'm sitting now, I am forced, there are certain things I can no longer do. As a matter of fact, one, I'm a mentor to a couple of persons. There are certain things they can't catch me doing. Even when I want to be able to do those things myself. But when I look back and remember that there are a few persons who I don't know where they are seated at the moment watching me. Maybe they are on social media looking at me. Maybe they are just sitting somewhere watching me, I don't know, observing me. So that restrains me, that constrains me to certain things that I can do as a person, even when I want to do them. So you see that at that point, it's no longer just about myself. Becoming successful, getting to the top, has now restrained me to a point where it's not just about my life anymore. It's not just anything I post on social media. No. It's not just whatever I pick up. I don't dress anyhow anymore. There are certain things I can no longer do that may not be issue if I do them. But for the perception of the people, which of course they say perception is stronger than reality. For the perception of the people who are looking at me, who follow me, who believe in me, I can't do those things anymore. That's number one. Number two, it is now completely different for me to just, everything is no longer about myself. There are sacrifices I make today, not just because it benefits me, but because I'm thinking about the other person. I deny myself certain rights and privileges I deny myself certain places and activities just because I want to accommodate the people, the crowd, the audience, the people who obviously look up to me as a boss. Of course, you know that I run a group of company, about 7 subsidiaries of Princeton Group. All of these are branches with different workforce. Every day as I come to the office, I'm thinking not just about my immediate family, I'm also thinking on how to carry this quantum of people, workforce that has entrusted their loyalty, their commitment to me. I'm thinking for them. So you see that it's not just becoming successful, it's not just getting at the top, it's not just becoming, I don't know, but there is a lot of responsibility that is now, leveled on your shoulder that you must display, that you must execute. So becoming successful is just one prayer. And you see, that's why sometimes when people are not able to, manage that level. I was telling someone recently, I said, there are a few persons, if I have access to them, on social media, that I'm actually going to speak to them, because there are certain things you don't post. People say that social media doesn't forget. That's the truth. Maybe tomorrow you have a rethink and you begin to regret some of those things, but it's there. So for you, who has become a role model, who has climbed through the ladder of success, what are the level of sacrifices that you're taking for those people that are there for you? You're going to deny yourself sometimes I'm awake midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., sending messages to people who are sleeping. By the time they wake up in the morning, they've seen the responsibilities and assignment I have given. I'm thinking for this company. I'm trying to see how we can move on this company. So you see that it's not just that convenient, just getting up there at the top. It is not. I know my cycle recently. Most times when we communicate are usually 3 a.m., 2:30 a.m., 4 a.m. People are still awake. But there are people who at that point have had about 6-7 rounds of sleep, and they are comfortable. So you see that success is just a pitch. The management of it and the maintenance of it is at the time you get to the level, at the peak of you, or when you climb that ladder and get there, you now see the weight and the responsibility that it bestows on you. Sometimes you have to work so hard to pay salary and have nothing for yourself. Sometimes you have to make sure that everybody around is happy. You deprive yourself of certain things. So you see, if we all know the magnitude of responsibility that is on us when we get to that dream future that we are all believing God for, maybe sometimes some of us might have a retake. Whatever happens is on your name. Your name is the one flying out there. You are the one that everybody is looking up to. You are the one that needs to provide direction. You are the one that have to provide guidance. You are the one that have to provide discipline. You are the one that have to provide mentorship. You are the one that have to provide finances and all of that. You have to be able to chart the course. So I want to believe that if some of us knew, but the thing is, one good thing about that is when you get to that level, if you're a smart leader, as you're moving, you're dragging 1 or 2 persons. As you're climbing the ladder, you're developing and dragging a few persons. so that those people you're taking up are now making your weight, are now making those responsibilities, are now making those jobs and work easier for you. Don't become an El Shaddai that will die, because if you become an El Shaddai, you will die. Even God had to understand how to, delegate at some point. So as you climb up the ladder, pick up a few persons, teach them the secrets, motivate them to understand, let them grow alongside with you. Because by the time you get to that height and you have nobody, you have to climb down again to come and pick people up there. So it is not easy just getting on the ladder. Sometimes when people are climbing up, it's the easiest thing to do. Very swift. If you have a ladder, you're up. But by the time you get up there and look from that place down, you now see that, bitter cola doesn't sweet as it sounds. So I want to, encourage leaders, those who have gotten up there, build men, develop men that would help to make your burden easier. Thank you, and God bless you.